Howdy folks, this is my little showcase here of Mario Super Slugger's All Captains run. Now, the main difference between All Captains and the other two major categories, which are any percent and all characters, All Captains is kind of a go-between. While any percent has you getting 9 characters as quickly as possible and then beating the 2 bosses, and then all characters, as the name might imply, has you getting all of the characters. All Captains sort of finds itself in the middle of so what we're going to do here is what we need to do. We already have Mario. He's one of the 5 captains. The other 5 captains are, as you can see in the splits, Peach, Yoshi, DK, and Wario. Well, our goal is to collect those 4 characters and a variety of other characters just that are unlocked in the proceedings. Get those 4 specific characters, and then yeah, after we get Wario, we'll have 9. As you'll see, we get characters along the way. So that completes us, and then we do the 2 bosses as normal. So start off with, we go in with Peach, who is the longest split of the character getting, because she finds herself. That's one of the more unique things about Mario Super Sluggers here, is that for every different, field, the captains will show up differently. For instance, Peach here, she comes in pretty towards the end of the main, story of the field. That's kind of a weird way to word it, but each field has a Bowser Jr. mini-boss sort of deal. Well, I would call that the end of the quote-unquote story, And Peach is the reward for beating this mini-boss. So she's essentially at the end of the Peach Ice Garden story, so to speak. Which means 2 things. 1, as before mentioned, it makes this the longest split. And 2, it means that we're going to be getting a good amount of other characters from Peach Ice Garden along the path. As you just saw, by beating that nifty little puzzle over there, we get Toadette. And pretty shortly, we're about to get a couple more. At the moment, we go up here and talk to Toadsworth. He says we need something heavy. Hey, remember that Daisy statue from before? Yeah, the Daisy statue. We're gonna use Daisy, the physical human being, for our own statue-related gains. How exciting, But of course, we got Hammer Bro over here, and he's like, Slug Butter, here comes trouble. I love the writing in this game. Slug Butter. People should really say that more. Slug Butter. Anyway, I digress. So we got Hit to Right. This is one of the worst missions. All the missions in the game vary from very easy to they never get impeccably difficult, but there's definitely some tougher ones. So Hit to Right, it's not a terrible one, no, but it's certainly on the more difficult end of the spectrum. Alright, now we get Daisy in statue form, and Red Toad in, character form. Daisy isn't actually going to be part of the route, because we'd get her after Peach. And since we only care about getting the captains, we're gonna ignore Daisy and leave her to die as a statue for all eternity. Tough break, Daisy. Alright, so with the statue, we can lower the thing, which puts up the water thing, and gives us access to the stadium here, which gets us to work. Alright, first we get Toadsworth. I'll talk a little bit about Toadsworth in a sec. But then we can proceed to the right here, and play our little mini-boss here against Bowser Jr. Of old Bowser Jr. games, most of them involve playing like an actual one-inning game against him, but this one does not, making it vastly easier than all the others. And eventually it'll get to the point, like, I believe the last mini-boss in the game against Bowser Jr., not only is it a one-inning game, he gets like 1 or 2 runs just for free. I don't know why they would make that happen, because that makes it much tougher than Bowser Jr.'s like actual boss fight. But yeah, so you gotta make up like 3 runs in the bottom of the first. But luckily all we need to do here is score 2 runs in 1 hit. We got runners on 3rd and 2nd, and a star swing. That's a pretty easy challenge. So we're kind of going along at a chipper pace, so I can't talk too much about Toadsworth. All you need to know is that Toadsworth is far and away considered the worst character in the game, because he's very slow, a poor hitter, really bad runner. He's just generally sucks, essentially. He's like, in actual baseball, a pitcher isn't meant to, like, be that great at hitting or running, He's essentially a pitcher, but his pitches aren't even that great to begin with. They're very slow, which sounds like a good thing, because it can mix them up, until you realize that literally any character in the game can steal on him, because the pitch takes a solid 5 seconds just to get to the plate. So you can have the slowest character in the game. Stealing base is fine, but that's enough about Toadsworth. As that Shy Guy just said, we're professional baseball players over here. So here at Yoshi Park, when there's a big piranha plant infestation, well, what are we supposed to do? Beat them with baseball skills, obviously. What, you think maybe we should just, like, cut their vines right here in the middle? Well, that seems like a fairly obvious thing to do that would work fine. No, we throw baseballs at their face, obviously. Come on, think before you act. But, jokes aside, it's a fun little mini-game right there. And this will get us both Red Shy Guy, and Blue Shy Guy, And this allows us to go in this little pipe over here, and talk to my boy Red Yoshi over here. He's yakking about a brush. We're not going to get this brush. In all characters we get the brush, but we're not going to bother with the brush, so he's not going to be able to do his painting. And now something you probably just noticed there is it said that I switched my controls to the Wii remote. Well, that means 2 things. 1, I've been playing with the nunchuck. That's usually used because it offers, obviously by having more buttons, it offers a lot greater control. You can do a couple things, specifically stealing, that you can't do with just the Wii remote. But now you're probably wondering, if that's better, why did I just randomly switch off of it? Well, the reason for that is a pretty interesting one. In some certain missions, such as this one, it can actually change, because what this Red Magic Koopa has you do in that little challenge right there, if you have the Wii remote, as you saw, it's use different pitches, which is a very easy, essentially a tutorial mission showcasing some of the different pitches. Such as simple as shaking the Wii remote in a specific way when it tells you to. But now, with the nunchuck, it would be a stealing minigame. And this actually takes longer. Because of the route we take, we never need to do this stealing minigame. So, for that little temporary bit of time, we go with just the Wii remote. Simply because it allows us to do that better mission. It's essentially just a fun little quirk of the game there. Not an impeccably huge deal, really. Yeah, but it's just kind of something nifty that's been figured out through the years that this game's been around. When did this game come out? I think it was like 2008? 9? I don't know, something like that. It's been around for a good amount of time, and speedrunning for it's at a not quite as active as it once was community, but it's been a lively community for years. And I'm lucky to have been a part of it. Anywho, with that aside, we're on to, what's this thing called? DK Jungle? Well, DK Jungle, alright. DK Jungle, where DK is, of course. This is another fairly short split, because like you saw with Yoshi, DK finds himself towards the beginning of this little story. I keep calling it a story. I'm sure there's a better word that I can't think of, but I'm just going to go with story for now. Well, anyhow, as you saw, we can see DK. He shows up right off the bat. So we're going to be running into him pretty quickly. Yeah, we just got to do a couple of his missions first. First off is this more difficult than it looks thing with Darkbone. So he hits a homer, you got to use this little double jump trick to rob him of it. Or, as he puts it, steal a home run with a buddy jump. And as you can see, the speed at which he hits it greatly varies. Sometimes like that, he really pops the thing, and you gotta kind of beat it over there to make sure you can get it in time. Otherwise, like this, it's nice and slow, and you got your time to line it up. There we go, nice and slow. Wait for it. Boom. Okay. So that wraps up that one, which is pretty much the only difficult part of this entire split. It's because now we only got 2 little things left to go before we got DK. As you saw a couple minutes back, Yoshi was our 9th character, so in case you were wondering, technically at that point we could go ahead and just finish out the run, but, you know, that's not how All Captains works, and that wouldn't be the fastest of any % routes, so it's not really ideal. Anyway, so Dixie tells us there's a tablet over here by this little exit sign. So you click around by the thing until it gives it to... I don't know exactly where it is. I don't think there's a visual indicator for it. So essentially, what you gotta do is kind of click around it until it gives it to you. And then, yeah, we run it back to DK, or Dixie, and then DK is like, I got no idea, I'm clueless. Hey, Mario found a tablet piece, get him. What? No way. I'm not going to let Mario find the tablet piece that I wanted to find. How dare he? Truly a man of deep integrity is Donkey Kong. And he's got the challenge of getting out. Which, if anything, is a nice little preview for what you'll be seeing in both the Bowser Jr. and Bowser, boss game. So, getting quick outs as fast as possible and as painless as possible. Well, and there we go, that's DK. And something you might be wondering is, if the only goal is to get these 4 captains and then run with them, is there any real route to it, or could we go with any of these 4 at any time? The answer is both yes and no. Well, Peach, Yoshi, and DK, you can pretty much be gone to in any order. There's nothing really necessitating that we do one before the other. This is just kind of a nice... Well, this is kind of the order the game treats it in. In the captain's menu... Well, I'm never changing captains, so you won't be able to see it. But in the captain's menu, this is the order that the 5 are in. Starting with Mario, and then going through Peach, Yoshi, etc. But there is one bit of a... Well, I'll talk a bit about that later, because now I want to touch on this really fun, but also really stupid little minigame here, where we gotta kind of like paint the lines. As you can see, I'm failing it a couple times, because this is a really weird game, because at some points, it feels like it's way more generous than it needs to be. At some points, it feels unbelievably tough. Like at the bottom there, I wasn't really all that close, but it gave it to me. I feel like I was like further away than it was before when it gave me a failure. I don't know. I don't know if there's any real strategy to that. It's mostly just try to keep it quick, but also try to stay on track. But anywho, back to the route. There is one point of where the route of captains actually does indeed matter. And that's right here, for a reason you'll see in a little bit. Wario needs to be... I guess he doesn't need to be the last captain, but he needs to be after DK. So now that I'm thinking about it, we do switch captains exactly once. Yellow Magic Koopa wants us to hit the sweet spot, but he is not going to really pose much of a challenge, so I can keep talking. So each of the captains, when you switch to them, has their own little special ability. Like, Yoshi can go in manholes and hit trees, Wario can, like, open chests, etc. But important for this case, DK is necessary for breaking boxes or climbing up vines, which seem like fairly random things, but in order to get Wario, as you'll see in a jiffy here, he's like stuck on top of a building. He doesn't really remember how he got there, don't ask questions. But anywho, he's on the building. The only way to get there is a vine, which means we need to have DK before we can get Wario. Well, and as such, this little route between the four of them seems to pan out nicely. Yeah. We get Red Paratroopa, he doesn't really matter. No one cares about Paratroopa. He's essentially just a lot of these characters, really, because we get way more than 9. It really could. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't do that. Have some way to, like, refuse to get a character? I don't know. I'm getting off topic. But yeah, so Wario got himself stuck up here, so we gotta use DK to climb up these vines. But that wraps it up. Without getting Wario right there. That's our 5th and final captain. Meaning we're ready to go. I'm going to switch back to Mario just because he's the most comfortable, at least me personally, for beating the Bowser game with. Because your captain, whoever's the active captain right here when you like exit the course and enter the Bowser Jr. and Bowser battles, that'll become like your active captain for the game, so which does play a fairly decent role. Well, because your captain has some, like, a couple certain things that mean that the captain is, I don't know, important. I'm trying to think, what do they need? The captains, the little star meter, they can do a star swing with only 1 star point? I don't know what it's called. The little star thing in the bottom left. I don't know. But anyhow, so the strategies for beating this game. As you see, we're playing a 3-inning game. Now the strategy for this is to, it's nice and simple, score a run as fast as possible, and then just wrap up the game as fast as possible. So the way we do this is, as you can see, we get a run here, and then you're about to see the beginning of what's going to be the next 3 minutes of your life. Bunting, we bunt in this run. We bumped a lot in this run. And we just let everyone get out. Didn't want to let me get towed out. so we bunt some more. And this is going to be the theme of the Bowser Jr. game. We got that one run. Our plan is to win 1-0, so ideally we can just throw a perfect game or something pretty close to it. And wrap this up quickly with the 1-0 win. This is the part of the run where so far it's been like 20 minutes of excitement, tons of different locations and strategies and different challenges and stuff. This is the part of the run where it's going to get a bit boring for the next 2 minutes, so bear with me. It's going to be a lot of I pitch and hope they get out, and then I bunt and get myself out. So this will allow me to talk a little bit about a couple strategies that I'm employing here. First off, as you might have noticed, is before every at-bat, I'm pausing and unpausing quickly. The reason for that is because each character has a little, like, walk-up animation that they do. Well, some of them are fairly short, but we can still cancel it with pause. Some of them are, like, horribly long, and pretty much need to be skipped, even playing casually, because it takes way too long. But anyway, as you can see, a simple pause and then unpause cancels the animation and lets you go, and lets Bowser Jr. go ahead and pitch. Which is nice, because the faster he pitches, the faster we can get out. And you also saw me do it exactly once pitching, and that's because, similar to the batting animation, the first time someone pitches, they too have a little starting animation. But then on subsequent batters, and even like subsequent innings, the animation will never replay. So I do it that once, and I'm all set. And with that said, nicely that takes some time to explain, and we're just about wrapping up the game. So as you can see, the Bowser Jr. game, it's not terribly difficult. Like I said, the later, like, in the getting characters portion, it'll force you to, like, put up 2 runs in the bottom of 1 inning. That's a lot tougher than this game itself here. So as you can see, I threw a perfect game. Yay me, add me to the list of 23 people. Well, but with that taken care of, we move into the Bowser game. Now this Bowser game, this Bowser Jr. is going to say, "Oh, moldy popcorn." Yet another great exclamation, I suppose. But anyhow, so now Bowser's going to come off, and this is where the run very much changes. So there's 2 ways to play this Bowser game. Well, one is a minute or 2 faster, but much more difficult. The other is a tad easier, but is more difficult. So, what we're going to do here, as you saw, I was switching around some characters. And that's because I'm trying to get better characters in the game. Now you might wonder why I'm going to do that, if they're just going to be bunting anyway. That's where the trick comes in. We're not going to be bunting. Unlike that, I know, thrilling game last time, we're going to actually play a baseball game here. Our goal is to win with a mercy rule. Winning 10-0 in the top of the first like this is actually faster than winning 1-0 by bunting. Now the reason for that is because the Bowser game is 5 innings as opposed to the Bowser Jr. game, which is 3. And that difference is very important, meaning the strategy works. As you can see, our goal is a lot of little chip hits. Our only objective is to not get an out. The longer we go without getting an out, the better we last. Because obviously it's ideal to do this in 1 inning, but if it takes us multiple, it's not the end of the world. for reference sake, a 2-inning Mercy is roughly-ish the same length as doing the 1-run and bunt strategy like before. And as an opening runner, if it's your first run, it's highly recommended to just do the bunt strategy. There's certainly nothing wrong with it. But getting Mercy, it's faster but more difficult. Because as you can see, I've been playing pretty well, to be honest, so far here. Is that gonna go down or no? Nope, okay. So that's 1 out. The only goal is to avoid getting 3. So yeah, a lot of contact swings. I'm not playing aggressive on the base paths. It's just very passive, I suppose. So just being nice and safe, not doing anything stupid, trying to run with it as good as I can get. This is where the run can get very exciting. It's also where the run can get very stressful, because one mistake could be it. Because everyone loves to hit a line drive that's caught by like an infielder, and then one sec. Yes. Okay. Sorry about the little pop off there. That might not have been necessary, but that's 10 runs there, and that means that this run is just about over. So as long as I can go on, I move back there to make sure I'll get out as quickly as possible. That means that as long as I don't get an out, or as long as they don't get a run, this run is complete after the inning. And I'm actually on a potential PB pace right here, which makes it even more stressful because I gotta be a professional with official commentary for this Midwest Speedfest mission, while factoring in that's a personal best for me. Alrighty. So, I wasn't able to quite commentate that last bit as professionally as I would have liked, just because I'm too excited to. But there we go. So, if you're at Midwest Speedfest watching this to try to see whether or not you want this run to be in, I'd highly recommend that you put this or any of my other Mario Super Sluggers runs in. I think it's a really good game that a lot of people have fun memories of, then they'd love to see it get broken. Not really broken, it's not like we glitch it much, but I'd love to see what people think of their favorite game getting beat like this. And if you're at speedrun.com verifying this VOD, hi, 2711, that's a PB. Hi, mods of the MSS Speedrun. Alright, that's pretty much all I got. Thank you for watching, and Midwest Speedfest, please consider Mario Super Sluggers for submission. Alright, thank you.